Hello, everybody. This is Charu, founder of online magazine Womenlines. Welcome to Professional Expert of the Month section of Womenlines. It is such a pleasure to welcome Amy Caroll from Switzerland, a communication coach, a trainer, and a speaker at Womenlines. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Charu. Great to be here with you.
Such a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
So, we will love to know, as a coach, what do you focus while coaching your clients?
Specifically, I work with people on what I call the interpersonal relationships. So this could be professional or personal. It's when the stakes are high, when people are feeling under pressure. And I help people see how they can neutralize what I call the invisible power game.
Okay.
And the invisible power game is when people are misbehaving. Either they're being too aggressive or they're being too submissive.
Mm-hmm. So you are focusing what behavior is there, and then accordingly you decide how to coach them.
Yes, precisely.
That's fantastic to know. Okay, so what are the challenges you face while coaching as a client?
Well, there's multiple different challenges that clients come to me with. It could be that they're wanting to look and sound more competent, whether it's because they're needing to do a mediation or a negotiation or presenting to the board of directors. Okay. Another example would be to handle challenging situations or challenging people, more like those who could be really intimidating or aggressive. It could be a client, a customer, a boss, or maybe even a teenager.
Very true. So yeah, how to go across, how to solve that problem?
So I help people see, oh, and let me give you a few more examples. Here are some really juicy ones that other people struggle with, is to be heard and not talked over. And connected to that is to be direct without being perceived as aggressive. Now, these are two examples where women in particular struggle, because a woman can't be too assertive before she gets labeled as aggressive, whereas a man might do the same behaviors and he's just being assertive.
Okay.
So I help people to see how to balance it. And you were asking, how does that work?
Yes.
Yeah, so what I do is I use this communication model my sister Pat just developed, Pat Kirkland, and she calls it predator, prey, or partner.
Interesting.
So, yeah, right? I love the terms. So the predator is a person who's being acting arrogant or better than, or maybe aggressive. Charu, is that clear? No, so
yeah.
There's sort of aggressiveness, right?
Yeah.
The other extreme, prey, is that P-R-E-Y, and though they're often doing a lot of this because they're really nice people and they're ending up doing things that are submissive. And when I say doing things, I'm talking about the body language, the voice, and words.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I do is I help people become aware of what they're doing, either with their voice, their body language. Could be that they're holding inconsistent eye contact, or they're talking really, really quickly and they're showing that they're really nervous.
Okay.
So we look at, right, the body language, the voice, and words. They're either making them sound too aggressive, like the predator, or too indirect, like the prey.
Okay.
And then we get to work. And one of the things I use is a video camera, because it's the fastest thing to close the gap, to see how I'm doing that's ineffective.
Okay. Really sounding interesting. So what do you have observed while coaching? What they resist? What are the main points they resist while getting coaching from you?
Well, it sounds like a jet is coming over.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in the middle of an airport. So
yeah.
One of the first challenges is the awareness that I mentioned earlier, to realize these ineffective behaviors. So then using the video camera is what closes that gap really quickly.
Okay.
The second challenge people have is a willingness to change, because we're comfortable with the way we are.
Very true. Very true.
Right?
To realize like there's a problem in communication, I think a lot of work must be done by you to make them realize that there's a problem in your communication.
actually less than you think. I pull out that video camera and they're like, oh, I'm doing like here's something where people, if they're really stressed and nervous when they're presenting, and that's what I do, I have them stand in the middle of the room and present themselves, sort of unprepared.
Okay.
And so, of course, that brings up a lot of adrenaline and stress for people.
Okay.
And inevitably, Charu, what happens is what I call, the two-step, the feet dancing back and forth, also known as the pee-pee dance.
Okay. Oh, what happens then?
Well, people, they resist the coaching, and then I say, okay, go watch the video. And then they come back, and inevitably they're like this.
Ready to
You're
be.
right.
You're
It's
right.
really, yeah. Okay, do it, fix me, make it go away.
Okay. I think this video camera plays a very important role in your coaching then.
It absolutely does.
Interesting.
Even for me, I'll get filmed and I'll watch myself and I think, oh my goodness, I wasn't smiling the whole time, even though I was in a good mood. Yeah.
That's a good idea. I like it. Okay. So what, according to you, privilege plays role in the communication? Can you speak about that?
Yes. Oh, privilege for me, this is a fascinating topic. So
Okay.
I have this little formula.
Sure.
Privilege, when we have a lot of it, can lead to us feeling entitled. So what do I mean by privilege?
Mm-hmm.
Our gender, race, age, our financial wealth,
Okay.
education, our physical able-bodiedness or being handicapped, sexual preference, religion.
Interesting.
It could be, and there's probably a few more that I've forgotten about.
Okay.
So the more of these privileges we have, the more it leads us to this sense of I'm entitled, I have the right to things.
Mm-hmm.
And that mindset
Mm-hmm.
can lead us to act, I call it JLB, jerk-like behavior.
Okay. So they
Yeah.
just didn't realize it's a joke there, and then they just didn't realize.
So often when I share this with people, you can see the tall white men, good looking, wealthy men, they're kind of shrinking in their chairs, feeling really guilty. I said, no. This is not about feeling guilty. It's not about giving all your money away.
Okay.
It's about awareness.
So how you get their confidence?
Say it again.
How you get their confidence? Because suddenly they are thinking, oh, they are doing something very horrible, and then they are really feeling bad about it. So how you revive them?
I just say point blank, don't waste your time feeling guilty. Okay. It is what it is. This is how the world is for the time being. And that doesn't let you off the hook. Because now you have this awareness, you also now have choice. Because when we tend to have too much, this is a generalization, though often we have too much of the privilege, and it can vary from culture to culture where we're living in the world.
Very true. It's different everywhere.
Right? Except that everywhere is pretty much, there's this imbalance.
And you are dealing with people across the world. Amy is working across the world with different MNCs, and she's working with so many organizations, so many companies. And yes, she's focusing that her clients are really doing effective communication and candid communication. So I'm sure you must be having great experience about it.
Oh, it's been my passion for 20 years, and I still haven't gotten bored.
Awesome. It's 20 years experience. Amazing to know that.
Fantastic. And Charu, you've hit on something very interesting. Even though I'm American, I've been living 24 years in Switzerland, I'm still very American.
Okay.
And I like you said, I get to travel around the globe teaching these skills to people.
Correct.
What's fascinating is that more often than not, these skills transfer. That those challenges people have in Germany are similar to what they have in New Delhi or in Beijing. So there's less difference than people would expect, because the bottom line is about respect. The predator is holding too much respect for herself. The prey is holding too much respect for the other.
Okay.
When you tie it into privilege, often the person who has more privilege, when it's not a balance, they have more of the privilege, they tend to act more like predator. Okay. And a person who has less of the privilege tends to act as prey.
Okay.
So just the awareness alone can help people to make different choices.
Okay, and that must be coming through practice. I mean, you have to make them mindful, like what they are behaving as and what they have to communicate. So I
Yeah.
feel lots of practice must be required for that.
Yes, and some of it happens instantaneously, and some of it will take months to integrate.
Okay.
So, and I'm working in two directions with people. I'm working from outside in on the body language, voice, and words. How
Okay.
to look and sound, high respect for yourself, high respect for the other partner.
Okay.
And then I'm working on the mindset.
Okay.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you telling yourself that's helping you to stay in partner or pulling you out of partner?
Oh God, all together, working together requires practice. You cannot think all together.
You said it. And that's where, you've got to stay committed. So I literally say to people, only practice for short moments, 3 to 5 minutes a day in a low stress moment.
Okay.
Because otherwise they'll give up after day one.
You practice with kids first, I suppose.
Maybe not the teenagers right away.
Oh yes, I agree. I have a teenager, so I can understand.
And the thing is, I often tell people practice with complete strangers. One, because
I
we
will take
already feel self-conscious.
Okay.
It's a little easier to practice with someone who doesn't know us. Plus, the person who knows us is going to be like, honey, what are you doing? That's really weird. You never used eye contact like before. You never paused, or you never used those. So they'll notice the difference, and they generally don't like it.
Definitely,
So
because you are conscious, you are thinking, you are speaking, you are taking mind of your tone, what tone you are speaking. So yeah, together they will be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
So that's a great tip. We should practice with strangers first.
Yes, and know that you feel uncomfortable.
Correct. I think then only we can build our confidence, and slowly, slowly we can have the right skills which you are training for. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
It was fantastic listening to you, and thank you so much for sharing great tips. I will love to ask my readers and who are viewing this video to do visit Amy's page and touch base her if you want to get a training from her or for your organization. So all the best, Amy. Thank you so much for your time for Womenlines. Best of luck.
My pleasure. Cheers.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.